Hello everyone, welcome to TechSend, and let's continue with this Python tutorial. We covered in the last video the concept of variables, but today we will be talking about a special primitive data type called string. So let's open PyCharm and start with this video. Now that we have PyCharm open, let's start by declaring a variable, and I'm gonna call it lang, which stands for language, and to write text in Python, you need to surround it between double quotes, like so, and Python. Now to get started, I want to tell you about a function that returns the length of my string. This function is called len, and len counts the number of characters in a string, or simply it returns the length of a string. So to do that, I need to call this function by writing its name and adding those two parentheses. But I need to mention inside those parentheses the name of my variable, which is lang. And now let me just print the length of Python, and we got 6. Okay. Now in programming, there's this concept called indexes, and an index is the position of a character in a string. Let's say in school, Paul is number 1 and David is number 2. When the teacher says who's number 1, definitely Paul will answer. Same here in Python. But the difference is we start counting from 0. So let's say in my string, the first character, which is P, is at index number 0. So Y is at index number 1. But how to mention those characters? Well, we use bracket notation. Let me show you. So I'm gonna print lang, open brackets, and inside the brackets I'm gonna mention the index. So index 0, and what we will get is, of course, P. So yep, we got P. Let's say I said 2. What will I get? We should get T. Yep, we got it. Now, let's say I want to fetch the last character in a string, and I don't know the index of that character. Well, to do that, I just need to mention negative values. Like so. Inside the bracket, I'm gonna write -1. And what do you think will it do? Well, it will return me n. So what it did is, it starts from the end of the string. Let's say I said -2, I will get O. And yup, we got it. Now that we know how to fetch specific characters, let's say I want to fetch PYT, those 3 characters. How to do that? Well, let me first declare a variable called x, and I want to add inside x PYT. Well, I can simply write PYT, but let's use bracket notation to do that. Well, let me write lang, brackets, and inside brackets I need to mention the starting index and the ending index. So I need to mention 0 and 3. Let's print x and we'll get, PYT. What happens is Python starts from the first index, which is 0, all the way to index number 2. Because when you mention the ending index, it's like saying 3 minus 1. So 3 is excluded. Okay, let's say this time I didn't mention the starting point or the starting index, like so. Let's say I wrote this notation, this bracket notation. What do you think I will get? Well, logically, Python will start from the beginning of the string all the way to the third character, which is T. Well, I should get PYT. We got PYT. This time, I won't mention the ending. Let's say I wrote print lang 0 and without mentioning the ending. Well, of course, we will start from the first character all the way to the end. So we will get Python. Let me show you. And yep, we got Python. Good. Let's say I didn't mention both the ending and the start. What do you think we will get? So let me just write it. And I'm just gonna put a colon. So what do you think we will get? Let me launch or run my program. We got also Python. So what it did, it starts from the beginning all the way to the end. Okay, now that we know how to work with bracket notation, in the next section, I'm gonna cover for you guys escape sequence. In this section, we will learn about escape sequence. So let's say I decided to add in the middle of my string this double quote. As you can see, Python thought that this is the string, and what comes after it is invalid or useless. Well, how to tell Python that I want this double quote to be displayed in my string? Well, to do that, I need to mention a special character, which is the backslash. And what the backslash does, it tells Python that what comes after it should be displayed in the console, so it escapes this double quote. Let me print tutorial and I'll prove it to you. Tutorial, and we got this double quote. So we also can escape a single quote, like so. And we got this single quote. Also, we can escape a backslash, let's say, by adding double backslashes. And let me show it to you. Yup, we got that backslash. Also, let's say you wanted to go to a new line. To do that, you need to write backslash n. And we got into a new line. Good. Now let's say I want this backslash n to appear in my string. As we saw right now, that the backslash n allows us to go to a new line. But let's say I want to mention this backslash n in my string. To do that, there's this special r that I could add it in the beginning of my string. And as you can see, the backslash n turned into green. Let's say I run this program, and what we got is that backslash n. Okay, let's sum this up. We can escape a double quote by adding a backslash before it, as well as a single quote, a backslash. We can go to a new line, and we could add this r at the beginning of the string like so, to escape anything that comes after it. Okay, now that we know about escape sequence, let's go to the next section and learn about string methods. In this section, you will learn about string methods. Earlier in this video, we saw a method or a function called len, and len is generally used for all data types. So in this section, you will see special methods that are only used for string. Now, those functions are built in Python, and they are built by Python developers, and we can use them in our code. To do that, we just need to call them. But how to do it? Well, let me write my variable called tutorial, and I'm gonna add this dot. And as you can see, we have a lot of functions to use for a string. But I'm not gonna cover all of them, I'm just gonna cover the basics. Let's say I want to turn my string into uppercase. To do that, I just need to mention the upper function and call it in this manner. And then let me just print it. So print tutorial.upper. Shift F10. We got it all in capital letters. Let's say right now I want to turn my string into lowercase. To do that, we just need to print tutorial.lower. And let's see what will happen. We got all characters of the string in lowercase. Good. Now, to show you this next function, what this function does is capitalize all the first letter of each word. To do that, let me just print tutorial.title. And let's see what will happen. As you can see, the P in Python and the P in programming are only capitalized. Now, do you see this white space over here? Let's say I want to get rid of it. To do that, there's a function called strip, and I'm gonna use this function to get rid of this white space. So dot strip, and let me run my program. As you can see, we got rid of this white space over here. The next function that I'm gonna cover is called find. Let's say I wrote print tutorial.find. So inside the parentheses, we need to mention a character. Let's say I mentioned P. What do you think will happen? Well, find will return the index of P. Let's say, let me run the program, and we got 1. Let's say I put, I don't know, let's say Y, okay, and we got 2. That's because Y is at index number 2. And this white space is actually at index 0. So that's why P is at index number 1 and Y is at index number 2. Now, the next function is called replace. And this function allows you to replace a character by another one. Let's say tutorial.replace, and I want to replace P by Z. And what do you think will happen? Well, let us see. Well, we got Zython Zrogramming. Okay, that's funny. And yep, as you can see, we can replace any character we want by another one. Right now, I want to show you about a special keyword called in. Let's say I wrote print and I mentioned Python in tutorial. What do you think I mean by this statement? Well, by this statement, I'm asking Python if this string over here is in my variable called tutorial. And what Python will do is it will return me a boolean value, which is either true or false. In my case, I should get true because Python is over here. Let me run my program and we got true. Another thing is the not operator. Let's say I print, I don't know, anything, not in tutorial. What I mean with this statement that I'm asking Python if this string is not in my variable called tutorial. Well, definitely it is not in my variable. That's why we will get true. Yep, we got true. Alright, that's the end of today's video. So we covered a lot of things today, like the bracket notation, escape sequence, string methods like upper, lower, title strip, and so on. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure to subscribe and join me in this Python tutorial. You're watching TechScent, and see you in the next one.
Let me in, yeah.